Hurry out there from some of those guys out there today too.
What was the difference in the second half?
Execution. We executed much better. Didn't miss too many assignments.
Coach, Phil just said that the game ball in that game, despite the fact that you and Andrew and Pau all were in double figures, went to fish because of the defensive intensity with Bryant and the career high in rebounds. Talk a little bit about that, sometimes it's not the guys that score all the points that make the difference.
No, absolutely. That's always the case. Fish got his hands on a lot of balls. Obviously, big rebounds. They made Bryant work. Bryant, he's a handful. Fish did a good job in terms of just trying to stay in front of him, make it a little harder than it was last game.
There's been a lot of talk about how Andrew would play once Pau returned from the injury. He hasn't always been as comfortable. What did you think of them playing together tonight?
I thought he looked great. It's all about matchups and guys that get going and so forth. I made it a point to tell Andrew, I don't want you being passive. You got to be aggressive. You can't go back just thinking about stepping on toes, stuff like that. Pau's a phenomenal player. He'll figure his way through it as I do. But you as a player, as an individual, you have to be aggressive and play your game.
I mean, you've talked about that, that pecking order before. And, guys, you eat first, Pau second, but at the same time, Drew does need to eat. I mean, he needs to remember to make sure that he eats.
Yeah, man, you guys take that way too serious.
You've said it a couple times.
No, guys have to play their game. It's simple. We're playing an offense where it's so free-flowing. Pau's a great player. He'll find his way through the course of the game. Other players can't, second-guess themselves or not be aggressive. They have to be aggressive. Myself and Pau will give our touches just because it's just a natural flow of the game.
Kobe, when you take you back in the days when you were in Pennsylvania, how much did you play street ball out in the streets?
All the time. All the time.
How much did it help you to where you are today? Did it toughen you up to playing on the streets against bigger guys?
Probably, man. I'm a little tough kid from the start, man. I had cousins and the older cousins, we always played and always competed and talked trash. It was brutal. So, like 5-0 and up, I was pretty feisty.
When you were out there, did you play in any kind of weather? I mean, obviously not snow.
Yeah. No, we played in snow.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. You just shovel it out the way and just get to it. Oh, yeah.
And so when you're playing out there, how did you keep yourself warm? I mean, is it just getting out there and working up a sweat?
No, but I used to put on, I used to have long johns. And I put on 2 sweatpants. I tuck them into my socks. I have my hot socks, and I put on like a thermal. I put on a sweatshirt, a hoodie sweatshirt, and I have my skull cap on. Then I play with some gloves on.
How in the world are you able to shoot? Is that where you got that touch from then?
Probably. I mean, I can pretty much shoot with anything. So you can play basketball with gloves on.
Guys, last question.
Kobe, as far as the way that the intensity of this game, you ended up winning by 40, but as far as what happened with Baron Davis, and obviously he's a basketball player, is there any excuse in your opinion of how he handled that?
No need excuse. It's part of the game. It just happens. It's an intense game. It's a contact sport. Sometimes tempers get the best of us all. And it's just part of it.
Winning by 40, what does it do for you guys?